and milli machines. So, and the other category is finite automata without output. And in without output, we have three types of automatas, and those are DFA, NFA, and epsilon NFA. Okay, so DFA basically it stands for deterministic finite automata, and it is the simplest model of computation. Okay, the model of computations, we actually compute a machine, a finite state machine. So it's the simplest model of computation. That's why we have started with it, right? And it has a very limited memory. It has a very limited memory as well. Okay. Now speaking in terms of DFA, DFA is basically defined by M, and M is consisting of 5 tuples or 5 elements. Okay. Now when you will study DBMS, you had DBMS, right?
Well,
If okay, if not, then yes. So tuple is basically a collection of a row and a column, basically a table. The values which are which are there in a particular table, or that those are called as the tuples. Okay, and we can say here elements. So basically there are 5 elements which are present in a DFA, and a DFA is it is always represented by M. Okay, M. So that's called as this. Okay. Then in that the 5 elements are Q, sigma, Q naught, F and delta, right? Q, sigma, Q naught, F and delta. Those are the 5 elements which are present. Okay. And then Q is, what is Q? Q are the
finite
Q are
set
the
of
set. Yes, very good. Q is the finite set of states, right? Q is the finite set of states. For example, if I have 4 states A, B, C, D, so my Q will consist of all these 4 sets A, B, C, and D. And how do we represent a set? Basically, a set is represented by, yes, a set is represented by what we can say a circle. Okay, set is represented by a circle. Now we have sigma. Sigma are the inputs. Okay, either it can be 0 or it can be 1. So basically sigma is the output, and our next element is, it's Q naught. Q naught stands for our initial state. Okay, Q naught is the initial state, and after that we have F. F is the final state, and delta, it's the transition. So we can say that M is equal to Q. Okay, we can say that M is equal to Q sigma Q naught F and delta, where delta is the, it's called as the transition function. Delta is the transition function. Okay. Now we had seen an example on this. Okay, what was the example? The example was you were given as a DFA and you were asked to create or draw a particular transition table, right? Now let us, yes, so let us revise that. What was that basically? For example, if you have 4 states like this, yes, if you have 4 states, then you had to prepare a transition table, right? We had seen this example. Okay, if not, then try to draw it. If you have missed it out, try to make it. Okay, so these are the inputs. My inputs are in the form of zeros and ones, right? Inputs are in the form of zeros and ones. So my DFA is, goes this way. Just draw this DFA, all of you. Then you have a 1. Okay, this is the DFA which is given. and we know that M is equal to Q sigma. I've already written that. Okay. Draw this DFA and then we will try to prepare a transition table for this. Okay. So what is my M here? What is my M? Okay, M is this. Okay. What are the values of Q from this DFA? Tell me. Set of states, right? Q is a set of
ABCD.
states. Very good. What's the value of sigma?
0,
0, 1.
Yes,
0,
0, comma. Very good. Q naught is initial state.
A,
What's my, yes, it's A. F is my final set of states or a final state.
D,
D. D is my final state. And what about delta now?
find out.
Yeah, we don't know delta, right? We have to find it out. Why? Because delta is our transition function. For that, you have to show the computation of a transition table. Okay, this much is clear. From this
Yes,
DFA, you have to just find out the values of this. Okay, now we don't know delta. Okay, delta is the transition function. Transition function is given by k multiplied by sigma. Oh, and that is
K.
very good. So transition function is given by k into, yes, it was what?
K multiplied by sigma into K.
That gives you this. Okay, this is delta. Now delta is our transition function. So for that, what we will do is we will make a transition table. Okay, we will make a transition table. Okay, how do we prepare that? Basically, create a table. How many sets do we have? Four states. Okay, how many states we have? Four states: A, B, C, and D. Okay. So I will prepare a table likewise, A, B, C, D. And how many inputs I have here? Two inputs. What is my sigma? Sigma is either 0 or it is 1. So I'm having two inputs, okay? 0 or 1. That is my sigma. So here we write the values of set of states. Set of states is what? Q. And over here we write the values of sigma. That is the input. So here we write 0 and this column becomes 1, okay? Like this. Okay, now we'll have to check the transitions. For that, we'll have to refer this state transition diagram. Okay, now check A for 0. A for 0. When will we get 0 and where it is going? A for 0, this
C.
transition. Okay, it's going to C. So I'm going to write C over here. Similarly, A for 1. Check when A is going to B, at that time only we are having 1, right? A is sending 1 to B, right? So we write
Yes.
B over here. Similarly, B to 0. Go to state B. I'm in B. Check B to 0. It's outwards, okay? B to 0. It means it's giving 0 to some other state, right? Where it is giving over here. B is
D.
giving 0 to D, right? And D is my final state. Okay, D. B gives 1. Now B gives 1. B gives 1 to A, right? So I write A here. Similarly, here we'll get the values A, here we will get D, then D gives 0 to B,
D.
B, and D gives 1 to C, right? D is giving 1 to C. So this is our final transition table. And this is also our delta, okay? Okay, so this was it. And then now we will take one example over here. Okay. Okay, we had also seen one example which was on constructor DFA. It was what? We will just revise that.
Except states of all string over 0, 1 of length 2.
Yes. Are you drawing this or something? Should I erase this?
We have done, ma'am, in the previous lecture.
Okay, okay. Okay, then we had seen the to construct a DFA that accepts set of strings over 0, 1 of length 2, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So should we revise that? Or should
Yes.
I proceed?
No, ma'am,
You
revise.
revise. Okay, okay. Okay, we will just revise that whole thing again. Okay, the question is, okay, write down the question. Construct. Okay, the question is construct a DFA. Okay, construct a DFA that accepts sets of all strings that accepts sets of all strings over 0, 1. What is this 0, 1? It is sigma, and sigma is nothing but it's a language or it's a set of inputs. Okay, 0, 1 of length 2. This is the question which is given to us. Okay, the question is construct a DFA that accepts sets of all strings over 0, 1 of length 2. Now our first step here will be checking the values which are present in the question. What all values are present in the question? We have sigma, right? Sigma means inputs.
0.
My sigma is 0, 1. Yes. Then okay, then
Yeah.
what is the next question? Next value over here, length 2, right? We have to
Yes.
construct sets of all strings over 0, 1 of length 2. So this we can find it out. Okay, L is nothing. Okay, L is not present in M over here. L is just for our understanding. Okay, understanding purpose. So we can just make a note here. L. So it means what? L
0.
can be at L can be what? Length should be 2. Okay, my two inputs are 0 and 1, and my length should be 2. It means it can be what? We cannot write 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, etc., etc., because here the length becomes 1. Length is 1. Okay, over here the length present in that particular set or the length of the input is 1 here, but we are interested in 2, length 2. So how we can write it? We can write it as 0, 0. Yes.
0.
Next,
Yes,
it,
0,
next
1.
it will be 0, 1,
0, 1, 1.
1, 1, 0, and
1.
1, 1. So this is the combination. So what we are interested over here is we are interested in finding out all the combinations of the inputs which will contain the length 2, but my input should be 0 and 1 and my length should be 2. So here we cannot write 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, etc., etc., because here the length becomes 3. So we stop over here, right? We are just interested in the length 2. That's why I'm not extending that further. So it's not a infinite set. It's a finite set now. Oh, this much is clear. Length 2.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then after that, our next step is to draw the DFA. So we all know that DFA always or a state diagram or a state transition diagram, it always begins with a initial state. So let me consider the initial state to be, I have 4 states now. Okay, we have to compute it. We have to compute. It's not given. Number of states are not given. We have to compute that. So for example, my initial state is A. I'm showing that by this arrow. This is my initial state A. Okay. Now check the value. Okay. Check the value. A can give what? A can either give 0 or A can give 1, right? A can give 0 or 1, right? Because there are two inputs only. That's why A can give 0 or A can give 1. So let us consider that A is giving, okay, A is giving 0 or it is 1. So what I'm doing here, I'm eliminating, I'm not showing the two transitions. I'm just showing one transition 0, 1. This way also we can show it. Okay, it means either A is sending 0 or A is sending 1 to the next state. Now consider my next state to be B. Okay, A is sending 0 or A is sending 1. Okay, now I am present in my state B. Now B also has to send something, right? B cannot remain idle like that. Why? Because we are interested in the length too. When A is transmitting or A is sending some value 0 or 1 to next state, at this moment our length is 1, right? Our length is 1. So we cannot stop here. Okay, you might have a question that why not B becomes the final state. It cannot become a final state because we have not reached our goal. We are interested in our length 2. Over here A is transmitting 0 or 1 to the next state, but here the length is 1, so it is not acceptable. So I'll have to give B also the same thing. Okay, now B will also have to repeat the same process. Now B will also send 0 or 1 to the next state over here. Okay, B is sending 0 or 1 to the next state C. Now check the length of the strings here. What is my length of strings? Length of string becomes from here till here. The length of my string becomes 2 now, right? It means it is C is receiving 2 zeros, right? The length here becomes, the length to reach from A to C becomes 2, right? That's
Yes.
why. Now, so C will become my final state because I have reached my conclusion. C becomes my final state over here. Okay, because we have reached over there. Now after that we can either stop this much or we can show the dead state also. Now if I thought of writing or showing a dead state, how will I do that? Now consider, okay, but the machine here, the finite state machine, knows that when I reach C, I'm getting my conclusion. I'm getting the length of two inputs as 2 and 2, means 2 times 0 and 2 times 1. The length, this one is satisfied. Okay. But after this, when C becomes my final state, I still want to check कि इसके बाद भी क्या होता है, like what values will I get when I apply the same process here. So either you can stop here, this becomes your solution, or else you can try one more state. So if I'm trying one more state, okay, I'm just assuming, okay, it's not compulsion, I'm just assuming that ki C is also sending the values 0 and 1 to new state D, for example, okay, A B C D, the other state D over here. Okay, and now D, what will D do? D will not send any values to other state. D becomes our dead state. These are dead state. Why is it dead state? Because the length over here becomes 3. Length over here becomes 3, which is not our goal. Which is not our goal. That's why D becomes the dead state. So you can either stop at C, or you can just check it or try it out. So basically what I'm trying to say is, in finite state automata, whenever you design a machine, it's your imagination, it's your assumption. So everybody can have different imaginations. Some people might stop at C because we have reached the solution or the conclusion and we have reached the final state, or some people might also show the dead state also. So this is also acceptable. So guys, don't get confused. If you reach this much, if you reach till this much, this is also the correct solution. But if you want to show some extra working over here, you can also show some dead state D over here and show one more value 0 comma 1. And we know that it is not acceptable because our length should be 2. It is already given in the question over here. So this D becomes our dead state, right? Now, from D also, if I want to show the transitions to some other state, I can just show the transition to D itself, 0, comma 1. I'm not interested in adding more states. So are you getting? So if you stop till here, till C, that is also acceptable. And this is optional. If you want to show dead state, that is also acceptable. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Should I erase this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let us take some other example, okay? Let us take some other example on DFA itself. Okay, just write down construct a DFA. Construct a DFA that accepts the string. Construct a DFA that accepts a string. My second question is construct a DFA that accepts a that accepts a string DAB, right? The question is given to you guys that construct a DFA that accepts a string. Which string it should accept? That accepts a string BAB, right? This is our question given. Now, how do we do that? First step number 1, always remember to always remember to find out the values of M, okay? We all know that M is equal to Q sigma Q naught F and delta. We all know this. So what are the values of Q here? We don't know, right? Q, we are not sure okay, how many states it will require, right? We really don't know. Then, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
At least 3, I feel like it should require.
Very good. Yes, yes. So it's not given in the question, but you can also find it out. If I want to find out the set of all states, what will I do here? Just check the question. Construct a DFA that accepts a string BAB. It means what? We will at least require. We will at least require. Yes. So see, I'm writing here. For example, if my first state is Q naught, right? Q naught is my initial state. Okay, write it down. Q naught is my initial state. Now my second state is Q1. And Q1 is what? Q1 can be string containing. I'm writing it over here because we want to show that a DFA can accept or not accept a particular string that is BAB. So Q1 is equal to string containing B, right? B. So this is done. Now Q2, what can be Q2? Q2 can be string containing what it can be? BA. Yes. Q3 is equal to your string containing. This is my assumptions and this will be true. Okay. BAB. Now what is my final state? 4. 4? No, what will be my final state here?
Q3.
Q3, very good. So Q3 will become my final state. Why it's becoming my final state? Because I'm interested in accepting the string BAB and it is storing the value BAB. I reached here. Okay, so that's why Q3 is my final state. So I require a state still Q3. Okay, so is this much clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now I'll erase this. Now the next step is finding sigma. What is my sigma here? What can be sigma, guys? Is it 0, 1 or AB? Yes. First of all, sigma is what? Sigma is the input or the language or the alphabets which are accepted. Either it can be sigma can be 0, 1 or it can be AB. Now in our question, what is given BAB? So it means the input is in the form of A's and B's. Okay. Now we have got the values of Q. Okay. We are done with that. Now we have to find out sigma. Sigma is equal to AB. Okay. Our sigma input values are in the form of A's and B's. Now after that, next step is what? After sigma, we have delta, right? right? We know that q naught is the initial state and f is my final state. What is my final state? Q3, right? Now we have to find delta. We have to find delta, and delta is called as the transition function. Now, whenever you want to compute the value of delta, you have to prepare a transition table. Hmm? You have to prepare a transition table, and how that is done, you all know that
State and input.
transition table, that you have to compute a table like this. Okay, you have to compute a table like this. Here you have number of states here. What are the states I can have? Q0, Q1, Q2, and Q3, where Q3 is my final state, right? Like this, you prepare a transition table, and then you have here sigma value. Sigma, right? These are the values of sigma. So it can be A or it can be B. So this is how you prepare a transition table. Now tell me guys, Q naught for A, do we have it? Do we have a DFA over here? We do not have it, right?
No.
It's not given. So yes, so this is a twist in the question which is given. Because most of the time we receive, it's already given, DFA is already given in the question, and we have to show the working or the flow of that or compute the value of delta. Like in our previous example, we had the DFA sketch, okay, present, but here we do not have it. Now how do we do that? We will see. Now from this we have to construct a DFA also. Hmm? From this question we have to construct the DFA also. Okay, now what will I do? Okay, just check. Okay, this is what Q naught A. So this is basically accepting, this is the initial state. So it is sigma. Q1 at Q1, like the previous in the previous this thing, I had shown what are the values of Q naught, Q1, Q2, and Q3. Okay, Q naught is the initial state. That's why I'm writing sigma. Q1 is the state which is accepting the string B. Q2 is the state which is accepting the string BA. Q3 is the state which is accepting the string BAB. Okay, this was written, right?
Yes, ma'am.
This we had seen. Now what do we have to do? Just check sigma A over here. Oh, sigma A. This goes this way, sigma A. So what are the values of sigma A? Okay. Now what we have to do is we have to check in our this values. Okay. Check in the value. Do we have A somewhere? Do we have A?
Ma'am,
Okay.
won't we have to draw this first?
Which one?
Ma'am, won't we have to draw the state transition diagram first?
Yes, you can draw it also. Or at the same time, if you don't want to draw it, you can try it in this way also. Now, yeah, are you getting this? In the previous example, what we had done it, we had drawn the DFA first. And
Yes,
then
ma'am.
from that DFA which we had just constructed, what we had done, we had computed a transition table. But you can
Yes,
do
ma'am.
vice versa also. You can do in vice versa. You can now in this example, let us see, first we can create a transition table also, and then we can draw DFA. So there are two solutions to this. First, either you can draw the DFA, or you can show after that you can show the transition table. Okay, there was some network issue. Now it is sorted out. Okay. Now see, sigma A. I'm writing the values for sigma A. Okay, it goes in this way. Okay, sigma A. Now check in the values over here. In which state we have sigma? In state Q naught, the first value itself, right? In state Q naught, we are getting sigma, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
So we will write that state Q naught here, and I'll cut that out from here. Now what's remaining? A. A is remaining. Now check over here in the values. In the values, am I having A, just A? Yes, am I having A somewhere? I'm not having it, right?
Now, I'm not quite understanding how to do this without the diagram.
Okay, without the diagram. Okay. Mm-hmm. So
Because with the
basically what,
diagram, we can just see where it's
yeah,
going, but I don't
yes.
know how to do this.
Okay, okay. So with the diagram, it becomes pretty simple to compute the transition table. But okay, that way also you can do, and this is another solution for that. If some people might find it difficult, so what we will do is we can do it in that way. Okay, this is some other method. Now, if you want in that way, we can just compute a DFA over here. That's better, and while checking the DFA, we can calculate the values of delta. Okay, so there are different methods for the solution. Okay, this the constructing a DFA first and then preparing a transition table, that is one method, and other method is constructing a transition table first and then drawing the DFA. But we can stick on to our method itself, constructing a DFA. Now how many states I had, guys? How many states I had? I had 4 states: Q0,
Yes, ma'am.
Q1, Q2, and Q3, right? Okay, so what will I do? I will first draw my 4 states here. I'll draw my 4 states: Q0, Q1, Q2, and Q3, right? Q0, Q1, Q2, and Q3. And we are interested in finding out the string BAB, the substring BAB, right? Okay. So it means what? It means my first value B. My initial state is Q naught. I'm present in my state Q naught. I want to give, or I want to transmit B to some other state. Now my next state, just next state, is Q1. So I'm directly sending B. I'm sending B to Q1, right? Because my string starts over here, and my inputs are A and B. Now from my initial state, I am giving B to Q1 because I'm interested in the string first. It is starting from B, right? This is how it goes, right? B, then BA, then BAB. This is what we require. We do not want AB, etc. So my Q naught initial state is transmitting or giving B to Q1. Okay, and every state, guys, every state has A and B, right? Two inputs, right? So B from Q naught to Q1, B is already passed on. A is remaining. So A I'm showing to itself. Q naught is taking A to itself. It's not transmitting anywhere because it's just interested in transmitting. What it is interested in transmitting? B to the next state. Okay. Now what will be my next step now? I'm present in Q1. So what will Q1 give now, guys? Check here. What will Q1 give? Will it give A? It has to send A to some other state, right?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, or it can send it to itself also, no? That can also work, right?
That can also do. That can also do. But here the main point over here is, guys, just remember, we are interested in traversal, okay? From here to here to here. It means what? From state, from state 1, 2, 3, 1 to 2, 2 to 3. This way, it has to, the flow has to go in this way. That's why I'm showing it that the values are giving to the next states. Are you getting this? It's a traversal. We have to show the flow like this, B to B1, BA to BAB, because we had assumed it in that way, right? Q0, Q1 is giving what? Q1 is having B, Q2 is having BA, Q3 is having BAB. That's why. And the transition which it, yeah, your question was, can it give it to itself? The here, always remember, just make a note here that whatever values a state is giving to itself does not hold any more, much more importance. Okay, it's not emphasized more, it's not of that important. Okay, the most important thing here is to transmit to the next state. Why do we have to transmit to the next state? Because we have to reach the final state. Q3 is my final state na. If it sends the actual, if it sends the actual conclusion, the flow of conclusion, right? If it sends the actual value to itself, how will it proceed further? It will not proceed further, right? We have to pass on from Q0 to Q1 to Q2 to Q3. That's why I'm not taking the value to itself, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now next one, Q1. I'm present in my Q1. So I'm done with this. Okay. Now Q1 gives A to the next state, that is Q2 A. And what's remaining from my two inputs? I have two inputs A, B, right? So here it takes B to itself. It is not interested in transmitting B. It was interested in sending A to the next state. That's why it is sending Q2. Now what will Q2 send? You tell me now. I want B now. What will Q2 send to the next state? It has to send to Q3, right? Q2 will send? Yes. Q2 will send
B.
B. Q2 will send B to Q3 and it will take A to itself, right? Like this. Now I have reached the final state and I should have, it is assumed that in my final state, I should have both the states. So here for itself, it is not sending anywhere. It is taking to itself A and B, two inputs A and B. This is my final DFA, which I have computed. Yes, this is the final DFA. Is this clear, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this is the final DFA. Now I have to compute the transition table. What will be my values? My states are Q0, Q1, Q2, and Q3. Values are A, B. Tell me this answer. Q1A. Sorry, Q0A. It gives Q0, right? Then Q0B, it goes to Q1. Then Q1A, it goes to Q2. Similarly, Q1B, on B, it goes to Q1 itself. Again, Q2A, it goes to Q2 itself. Q2B goes to Q3. Okay. Q2A, it goes to, sorry, Q3A, it is going on Q3 itself, and Q3B, it is going on Q3 itself. This is my final state. Okay, this is this much clear?
Ma'am, if in the state transition diagram, if
Yes.
for example in Q3, if there
Yes.
was no if A and B were not not going on itself, right?
Not
Then what
okay.
would we write in the table? Would we write 0? What
Over here
would
you
we
are
leave it
saying.
blank? Yes, ma'am.
Over here
If
you are saying.
if it's
Mhm.
not going to A or B anywhere.
See, if it's not going to anywhere, at that time you have to show that both the inputs are present in the final state, isn't it? You cannot leave it blank like this. You cannot put dash dash over there. because you can, it is assumed, it is pretty assumed that it's, if it's not going anywhere, it means they are present in the final state. They are not going anywhere and both of them are present in the final state. It is assumed. That's why we have to show this. Are you getting it?
Yes, ma'am.
At the end, because since we have reached the final state here, we do not have to transmit to previous states, right? Because our goal is achieved. But for showing that in the transition table, we have to show where it is present. So here Q3 and Q3, we are getting both the values as Q3, Q3. It means both the inputs A and B finally are present in the final state. Yeah. That's why we are showing a transition for Q3 and the values are AB, to show it in this way. If otherwise it would have been blank. It would have been incomplete, because it is assumed that at the end, the final state is holding all the values, right? That's why.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now see guys, now we have construct, now very important part comes. We have constructed a DFA. Now we have to check it, right? We have to check whether it's working or not. Always remember that whenever you construct a DFA, at the end you have to check it. Keep, if the machine which you have prepared, the DFA or the machine, finite state machine which you have prepared, is it working properly? Are you getting? You have to test it. Now you have to perform testing on that. So what will you do here? After I prepare all the values, after I construct the DFA, now I'm interested in checking whether it's working or not. Let us have an example here. Now you can take any string of your choice, any string of your choice. I'm just taking an example here. For example, okay. Now I want to check now whether it is working or not. So for example, I have a string A, B, A, B. For example, I have a string A, B, A, B. Now check. Okay, I'm present in my initial state Q0, right? Now I'm not showing the state sequence Q0, Q1 dash dash, etc., because this we have seen in the previous lecture. So I guess you must be aware with it now, right? So we don't have to show every representation of every initial. Okay, now check in the table. Okay, our string is AB, and I am interested in checking whether this string is accepted by our DFA. Okay, initially at the start I'm present in my initial state Q0, where A goes to Q0 itself, right? A goes to Q0 itself. Okay, isn't it? It's going to Q0, it's present in Q0 itself. Now B, now my next string is B, right? So B is go from, because I'm present in my initial state, I have to move further. So I'm going to my next state Q1 and I'm giving the value of B, right? So this is also done. This is also done. Now I have to check A, right? I'm present in my state Q1. Where is A going? It gives A to Q2, right? Q1 gives A to Q2. So over here I'm in Q0, over here I'm in Q1, over here I'm in Q2. Okay. It goes to Q2. Then again from Q2 to I have to, which is my next string, next value is B, right? And I'm present in Q2. So Q2 gives B to Q3, right? From Q2, B goes to Q3. So that's why my next state becomes Q3 and this is my final state and I stop here, right? So have I reached the final state? Yes, right? I have reached the final state, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Therefore, it is accepted. Therefore, it is accepted. So my DFA is proper and it is correctly working. Yeah, DFA is proper and it is correctly working. Now let me take one more string which will be not accepted by the DFA and you have to tell me this answer of that. For example, your string is A triple B. Now check and tell me whether it is accepted or not. A triple B. Come on, guys. Yes. Aviraj.
Ma'am, A triple B is not accepted.
Very good. It's not
be
accepted.
accepted.
Not accepted. Good. because let's check. A going to A itself, B it goes to Q1, B it goes to Q1, then again B, no, it is somewhere in Q1 itself. So if we are not reaching the final state, therefore it is not accepted. Okay, so we will stop here and we will continue in the next lecture. Okay, let me take your attendance.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
wait.
Yes,
Okay, no,
yes, yes.
no, I understood. Okay.
Yeah, you can clear it out if any doubts. No, no.
No, ma'am.
Okay, guys. Thank you. We will stop here. And let me
Thank
take your attendance. Yes, I've taken your attendance, guys. Thank you. Okay. See you in the next lecture. Bye-bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Yes.
ma'am.
Bye,
Bye.
ma'am.
Bye.
Ma'am, please turn off the recording.
Okay. Hmm.